Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel, and today we're going to be talking about Call of Duty, specifically the price of Call of Duty and how the games industry is shifting and how it's about to get a lot worse for consumers. As you all know, inflation is a big thing. Inflation is happening all around us. Gas prices were going up and up and up. They're starting to go down a little bit, but everything, like the price of everything now is more expensive. And what do we do as gamers? We play video games to escape reality, but now the video games themselves are also becoming more expensive. Many of you may have heard that Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2, which is set to release this October, is going to have a minimum price of $70. For the first time, COD has gone from 60 up to 70. In all reality, I'm surprised it took them this long because how they do video games is so interesting, right? You can have a game that you had like no team for, no development for, like you didn't put really all that much money into it, but then it just blows up and does ridiculously well for you. The same is true in movies, right? But as gaming has evolved over time, they've started to do this thing where they have like, you know, billions of dollars into their studios and things like that, trying to like push out these games and marketing deals and having like 15 different freaking development teams working on one game in the case of Modern Warfare 2, and they keep putting so much money into it. And the idea is, at a $60 price point, you know, it's the same price as COD 4 was back in 2007, but the idea is they're going to make that money back because they're going to have so many people playing the game, because way more people are playing video games now than they were in 2007, and also, they're going to make that money back with microtransactions, right? Well, now we have a situation where Modern Warfare 2 is going to be anywhere from $70 to $110, depending on the version that you decide to buy, and it's also going to have all the microtransactions that we've come to know in the COD franchise. And we also learned recently that there will be paid premium content coming to Modern Warfare 2 in 2023. We don't know exactly what that content is going to be. It could be anything from, you know, paid spec ops missions. It could be updates to the campaign and like furthering the story a little bit. It could be the return of season passes and map packs. We really don't know. But we're talking $70 here, plus all of that. That's going to get a little bit ridiculous. And what's also interesting is I saw this news article the other day, and it really just makes me like, I know they put a lot of money into making these games, but this never really sat right with me. So Sony has revealed that 79% of all PS5 and PS4 games sold during the last fiscal quarter were the digital version. Now, one thing that's always like really bothered me, right? How come digital is not cheaper? It never made sense to me, right? Like, if you buy COD, you know, let's say we're buying Modern Warfare 2, right? If you go to GameStop and buy Modern Warfare 2, $70, right? But you had to, like, you get the physical disc, you get everything that goes along with that, or you could just buy it straight from your console, also $70. It doesn't make sense to me because, you know, when it comes to making a digital game, they're not printing these things out on discs. They're not making cases. They're not printing labels. They're not, logistically, they're not like sending all these games to stores and shipping them all around the world and then giving the retailers their cut. They're not doing any of that. Like, digital is just like 100% profit for them. Well, not 100%, but it's like pure profit for them compared to a physical game, which is why they encourage all sorts of different kinds of pre-orders, like the digital deluxe edition, and most of the things that you actually get with your pre-order is something that comes digitally as compared to something that comes physically like we used to get back in the day. So now we're in a situation where they're spending a lot less money on actually getting the games out. They're increasing the price of the game itself, despite the fact that, once again, they're not printing discs, they're not making cases, they're not sending this stuff out to retailers and, like, you know, everything that like stimulates the economy in that sense. It's all just digital. So, like, why is gaming getting so ridiculously expensive? Is it just the idea of inflation and things are just starting to go up now? Or is it getting to the point where they're putting so much time and effort into their games, like they're putting so many resources, I should say, into their games that they have to now make it so these games cost more? I don't know. I suppose like the $10 price hike is already going to be a big deterrent for a lot of people. And you may think to yourself, like, $10, like that's gonna be like the make or break for people. But no, you have to understand that, like, the last 3 years of COD have not been very good for a lot of people. Lots of people in the comments of my videos, like, you just see in general, people are just opting to not buy COD anymore. And now they're gonna hear that the game is going to be even more expensive, knowing that they may not even actually enjoy it. A case in point here, a great example of like how gaming and like price hikes and things like that can actually like deter someone from wanting to play a game. I'm a huge football fan, like NFL football, not that soccer that you guys play over across the pond there. So I get Madden like almost every year. I've gotten Madden like almost every year since like 2004. Like I love Madden. I've done many series of it on my second channel. Like I'm a big football fan. And I looked into the new Madden, which is set to release here in maybe a week or so, and I decided I'm not getting it this year. Because what they did is such bullshit. Not only is the game more expensive than previously, but also they don't give a shit about the PC player base because they designed the game for like PS5 and Series X. Like, that's it. The game that we're going to be getting on PC, which, not to be a dick, like, my PC is more powerful than an Xbox Series X or a PS5. Like, it can run games better. But the PC version of that game is going to be the Xbox One and the PS4 version of the game. They're just porting that over from the Xbox One and PS4 on the PC. And so if you buy the game, which is more expensive for your PC, you have to, like, play the last gen console version of the game on your PC. It's no good. It's shitty. I'm not buying Madden. It's ridiculously stupid, right? And we find ourselves in a pretty similar situation now where people are like not wanting to spend that extra $10 on a game that they're not even all that sure about, not to mention all the other editions of the game that can make it cost up to $110. And on top of that, you know that COD is going to have so many bugs and so many problems, and microtransactions are going to be thrown at you left and right, and now we know that paid premium content of some form will be coming in 2023. And you may be thinking, like, 2023, that's pretty far away, right? 2023 is 2 months after the game comes out. We'll technically be in 2023, so we don't know what's going to happen. It's definitely going to be interesting, but I just thought it would be, something I want to talk about here today. The fact that now Sony is revealing that nearly 80% of all their games are sold digitally, and we already know that there are some consoles out there that don't even have like space for a disc. Like my PC, for example, there's no CD drive in my PC because I have no need for it, and the same might be true of gaming in general, which is actually kind of a sad thing to think about, because who remembers, like, way back when you go to the store, you get this game you've been saving up your allowance for, and you're just reading the case and you're reading the manual. Back when games had manuals, you're reading that the whole ride home. You're so excited to actually play the game and stuff, and now everything is going digital. The times, they are a-changin', ladies and gentlemen. But that's it for this video here today. More of a ramble than anything. But yeah, the price of Modern Warfare 2, the price of COD in general is going up. And I'm a bit concerned with the precedent that may be set with Modern Warfare 2. Because if it's a $70 game with microtransactions and paid premium content, well then what's that going to mean for the next game? When Treyarch is releasing Zombies, for crying out loud. Zombies is DLC that people typically actually want to pay for. So how is that going to play out? Like, the times, like I said, they're changing, and things are going to get very interesting over the course of the next couple of years. And as we all know, Modern Warfare 2 is a massive gambling chip because it's going to be a 2-year game. If it's bad, that's all we get, besides, I suppose, Warzone 2. So yeah, price hikes, 2-year games, like lots of like unprecedented things are happening right now in the COD series, and we can use history as an indicator to kind of get an idea of how this may play out. But until it actually happens, there's no way to know for sure. But guys, that's it for this video here today. I hope you enjoyed it. Leave your thoughts and feedback on all of this down there in the comment section below, and I hope you guys all have a wonderful day.